Mister.
Hey everyone, Miss Dempsey here. This is a guide for round 4 of the manufacturer series. Let's get this started. For this first turn, look for the tip that is right before the line on the left joins with the separation of the track and the pit lane. That's going to be your braking point. Try to bring yourself into the curb or the apex. Quickly get the car to rotate before you start to fully accelerate. Be aware that that part is a little bumpy, so you want to make sure your car is straightened out. Then for this turn right here, use the penalty serving zone as your turn-in point, and when you're about to hit the apex, quickly lift off the throttle. You can use either the end of the barrier or the start of the curb on the left as your braking point, so you'll brake hard for a moment, then troll brake for a moment, and quickly get on the throttle. This turn, you need to make sure the car quickly rotates around the turn. You can take this first turn at full throttle, but then as you approach the second part of the turn, you want to start to brake for a moment, get yourself to the left, and then use the end of the curb on the left as your braking point. You'll be troll braking quite a bit through here, and when you hit the apex, you want to gently get on the throttle, especially for the GTR. You can also use the blue area as long as you are still on the curb, then you're still considered on track limits. And that's all for the lap guide. Let's go ahead and talk about the strategies. Before we start the strategy, I just want to quickly note that when it came to working on this video, I was having some internet issues since the power was going on and off and my internet was acting crazy. So I'm here doing it on the single player, but it should still be applicable to when you actually do the races, either when that's on lobbies or during the actual race itself. But anyways, when it comes to the multiple compound tire strategies, that may get patched out as early as the 28th of November, so tomorrow as of the making this video. And that is because supposedly it was a bug. It was never intended for it to work like that. So while this is still the fastest strategy, it may not be a strategy at all if it gets patched out tomorrow. But I'm still going to mention it either way in case it is not patched out. Starting on medium tires in the front is a bit of a better idea than starting with the soft tires in the front, because the soft tires wear out pretty quickly and it kind of becomes a problem starting at around lap 7 if you're on soft tires. So if you want to take a safer bet, start with the medium tires in the front, hard tires in the back. The other thing is that for all strategies, your tires are going to be pretty cold, especially if you're starting on hard tires, so you want to be a bit more careful, especially as you go through turn 1 so you don't end up spinning out and feeling silly about it. Now, let's say that the multiple compound tire method is actually patched out tomorrow, so what do we do now? Well, there's still 2 other strategies that we can do. So I'll talk about the second strategy, which is where we start on racing hard tires, then change on over to racing medium tires at the end of lap 12. This strategy is a little bit slower than the third strategy that I'll talk about in a bit, but with this one you can also interchange it. So if you want to start on racing medium tires, you can go ahead and do that, do about 15 laps, and then switch on over to the racing hard tires. The thing is that when you're on the racing medium tires, especially towards the last 2 to 3 laps, the tires become pretty worn out. It becomes an issue, so your times will suffer because of that. Now, with the third strategy is where you start on racing hard tires, then between laps 9 and 11, you switch on over to racing soft tires, and then you get a new set of racing soft tires at the end of laps 18 or 19. With the racing soft tires, the time you want to pit, it kind of depends on how your car treats your tires, how your driving style treats your tires, so that's why there's a bit of a window right there. This is also interchangeable, so if you want to start on racing soft tires, then change it over to a new set of racing soft tires, and then change over to racing hard tires to finish off the race, you can definitely do that. And last but not least, don't worry about the fuel. You have way more than enough fuel to finish the race without even having to think about it. So yeah, don't worry about fuel. And that's pretty much it for the video. Sorry this took longer to make than usual, but I'm going to go ahead and sign off now. So this is Mr. MCA wishing you a good race, and I'll see you in the next video.